An update for you on Napeague State Park. As you know, there's been a pretty bad southern pine beetle outbreak here. As you can see here on the satellite, you can see all the trees here that have been killed by the southern pine beetle in Napeague State Park. We've spoken about this many times, and unfortunately, it has also gotten to hit the hills as well. As you can see, yeah, all these pines here are dead here at Hither Hills too as well, unbelievably. So there's an article in Newsday I'm going to read to you about the latest on this. It says trees in Napeague State Park killed by the southern pine beetle to be removed. So they are going to be removing these trees. New York State Parks officials will begin removing dead trees from Napeague State Park in East Hampton after they were ravaged by infestations by the southern pine beetle. Officials say the insects have killed tens of thousands of trees on the East End, particularly near Amagansett and Montauk. Napeague State Park contains the critically imperiled maritime pitch pine dune woodland and the state and federally endangered northern long-eared bat. Starting in December, state park crews will begin cutting down dead trees focused on Palmanock Path and Promised Land Trail. Workers will try to improve emergency access to the inside of the park while removing other potential hazards for hikers. Park officials began clearing trees after noticing southern pine beetle infestations at various state parks. Significant woodland areas are susceptible to southern pine beetles once they arrived. We know how to stop the infestation. We knew we had to stop the infestation, which is almost impossible. Tree removal is slated to be done between December and the end of February, when bats are usually hibernating. Most work crews will be on foot using chainsaws and forestry mulchers. As the region also faces a moderate drought, fire breaks will be cleared near Bayview Avenue, and all the dry shrubs will be cut to the ground in 250-foot fire breaks. Officials say the widespread beetle infestation has killed trees and created more tinder for a wildfire. Much of the South Fork has not burned in for several years. And maybe if there was a wildfire before the outbreak wouldn't have happened. But unfortunately, without fire, we already know the pines, their health declines. Crews have already cleared tens of thousands of trees on the East End after state parks hired a contractor for a $1 million project last December, partnering with the State Department of Environmental Conservation. While trees have been removed, so far the southern pine beetle hasn't been stopped, said Gorman. Conditions in the last year have enhanced the spread of the southern pine beetle. During this time period, everyone hears about the wildfires in California, and it has raised big concerns in communities. And that is definitely a concern that I have as this drought keeps going. Work has been done to clear access roads and create buffers between wooded areas and nearby homes. Parks officials are also working with East Hampton town officials and local fire departments to clear 25-foot breaks to protect adjacent homes and prevent massive fires. The Park Service also has a tree replanting plan, including trees that are more spread out and the best type of woodland trees not planted next to each other. It is part of a multi-year plan to control the pine beetle and protect forest lands. Okay, this is some good news. I'd still like to see some controlled burns, but at least something is being done about these beetles, because it's continuing to be a really, really big problem here on Long Island. Promised Land Trail. I'm not sure exactly where. I know the Palmanock Path. I'm not sure where This is the fire break that they put here. It's a nice fire break path that they put in here. Not only is it an extra path, but it's also a nice a fire break to prevent the fire from jumping into affecting homes, obviously. Promised Land Trail, I'm not sure exactly where that is. But this is the area we're talking about generally. This general area right here of Napeague State Park, which has been dealing with a severe infestation of southern pine beetle. You see all these trees are dead. Almost every single one. It hasn't gotten to this area yet, but it probably will soon. Not sure where Promised Land Path is. But all very, very disturbing, to say the least. Here's another fire break here that they put in as well. Bayview Avenue. Here we go. So Bayview Avenue. So this is what they were talking about. This fire break. I don't know where Promised Land. It's probably somewhere up here. Or just don't know where. I guess I can Google it so you can go Promised Land. Mist Land Road Amaganta. Let's see. Alright, it's that road right here. So they're going to have a, yeah, right over here. They have a fire break over here too. So, again, really, this is an area that's just been devastated. Let's see if we can, I think all these street views are, yeah, here we go. Here's one that's current. So, this gives you an idea of what's happened over here. And you'll see here, yeah, all these trees are just dead. It's just unbelievable how the destruction in this area. And the ones that aren't are dying. It's just incredible destruction. Long Island has been hit the hardest of any area with the Beetles. It was just, this is the, you see where the power lines for the railroad are, but yeah, this is all just gone. This whole area is just wiped out. And you can see how quickly it happened. If we go back to December 2021, you can see, yeah, the trees are still here. But now they're all dead. So they're going to have to come through and cut down all of this. It's a hazard. It's a real hazard for wildfires and hikers, and hopefully once they do that, we can have a new forest start to grow in. That's what my hope is, at least start replanting all that we lost over here. You can see this side here. This side is being affected here as well. This is actually as of September 2024, so it's actually a fairly current street view showing you the infestation progressing east, and you can see it just goes on and on and on and on and on. It just, yeah, these trees are still here for now, but it's going to spread to these too eventually. You know, these trees are not pitch pines, the ones that are left, but it basically attacks any pine tree will die in this area. And these pines, probably their days are numbered too. It's really, I mean, it used to all look like this, and now it's just, but this whole area is probably going to be underwater in maybe 10 years. So, as the climate keeps changing and the planet keeps getting warmer and warmer, we're going to start seeing that sea level rise start to affect areas as all. A very low-lying area. Perhaps maybe the pines know it's coming, and that's why they're dying off. So, that's pretty much all I'm going to say on this. So, again, this whole area is just destroyed at this point. This whole area is destroyed. This area, I mean, this whole... both sides are just completely destroyed here by this. It's just, the destruction is just so unbelievable. It really is. This is the first time I've actually seen it with a more current street view as September 2024. So it just gives you an idea of what's happened over here. I mean, it's just, the whole forest is just wiped out, and what isn't. Yeah, I remember this path used to have a lot of beautiful pines. Now look at it. This is just run rampant at this point. These pines are dying too. They're all dying. So it's really something. And you can see there's just another infestation over here. It just doesn't end. It's the whole thing. It's the whole park is pretty much being wiped out. So they have to they're going to have to, it's going to take, I don't know if it'll ever recover, personally. Like I say, we're going to have sea levels rising. This is a very low-lying area, and honestly, this whole area is probably going to be underwater in about 10 to 15 years, I think. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of it will be anyway, as these sea level rise. These sea levels rise. So, that's going to wrap this video up. Another sad... milepost in the destruction of the pine barrens, but at least something is being done about it. But it's a really way too late to save it. They should have been doing this when the infestation was much smaller, and they didn't act quick enough. And this is the result: the loss of an entire ecosystem in Napeague.